The reason I was so upset, and had been for some time, was that my genius was not being recognized by everyone else in the room. It was a writer's workshop. My story about the Parmesan cheese aliens that attacked everyone and stole their cheese, it wasn't met with high regard, particularly by Sandra, who said it was the stupidest story she'd read this semester. But I didn't really believe her, or rather, I knew she didn't really get the story. It wasn't about Parmesan cheese. It was an allegory for financial misconduct in our political system. You do realize the Parmesan cheese represents our resources and the aliens represent our political leaders, right? I asked. Yeah, she said, insinuating that I was really stupid. But I still didn't believe her. The other stupid 20-somethings from working-class families in the suburbs of Chicago were on her side. And I was almost 30, back in college for the student loans, basically, some float money, until I could get my gambling addiction under control. I fancied myself a poker player. My checking account fancied me a fool. Genius was what I really fancied myself. I thought I was smart, smarter than the rest. But it was later pointed out that my piece on aliens and Parmesan was full of typos and grammatical mistakes. We know you think you're really smart or something, but really, you're just a creepy old weirdo, Tina said. Then Tina and Sandra high-fived. I couldn't believe it. They were all ganging up on me. Look, I'm not here to fight you. I just wrote the story, that's all. Just making sure you understood that it's not really about aliens and Parmesan. That would be ridiculous. You're ridiculous, said Fernanda, finally speaking up. More high fives. They all hated me. The teacher finally spoke. Why don't we hear about your story, Heather? Heather got out her story, and we got out our copies of it. Then it was time to critique Heather's work. And her story was super dumb. And I don't mean that in any other way than how it sounds. If you had read Heather's story without knowing she was a 21-year-old woman, you would have thought it was conjured by a 5-year-old and then dictated to an adult who could type it out. The season of the frog, said the teacher. Any thoughts? I spoke up. Yeah, who is the frog princess and why does she suddenly appear out of nowhere to grant wishes? I thought this was supposed to be a classical kind of story like Hansel and Gretel or something, and then all of a sudden there's a frog princess who just makes everything okay? The story had tension, there were things at stake, but then this frog princess shows up and suddenly it's like all butterflies and rainbows after that. Good. Does anyone else feel like the story lost its edge once the frog princess showed up? No one said anything. They all really liked the frog princess. I hate you, Ashley said. Me? I asked. Yeah, she responded. These 21-year-olds were so closely knit, so cruel. They hated any rational critique of their work. I think you're creepy, Heather said. I thought we were critiquing the season of the frog. Why are you talking about me? I asked. You ruin everything, Heather said, and she ran away crying. Her little emotional stunt really put the room in a tense state, and I slowly backed up and let myself out the door. They had told me the university life would be liberating, full of opportunities, but I had found it to be a stifling place. These aliens and their Parmesan cheese. They were all aliens now. Everywhere I looked, everybody was. The students, the faculty, the staff. And after only one thing, You guessed it, Parmesan cheese.